Hello again and welcome to Subic Bay, the Philippines. It is March 18th, Saturday, March 18th, and I just want to give you a short preview of some of the most fascinating trees you will see and that have been around for quite some time. Can you imagine that? Look at the size of this tree. And that appears to be, I wish I knew what this tree is, but I just had to show you. Look at this. Trees are just amazing to me. I just can't get over it. As I said before, just a twig, size of your pinky finger, the size of an infant's pinky finger, with a little water, sunlight, and some good soil. And this is what becomes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old. I can only imagine the age of this massive tree. And there'll be a front. I am in, sir? Do you know the name of the tree?
Sunfalo.
Sunfalo?
Sunfalo.
Sunfalo. Thank you. Well, I didn't understand that. But let's just go around. I'm at Saint Rocco Catholic Church on Subic Bay. They've already locked the church, so I can't show you the inside of the chapel. But it was wonderful. But I did want to show you the exterior. And just some massive trees. Just some massive trees. My God, look at the size of these trunks and these branches. The branches are just as thick and wide as trunks. And look at the beautiful canopy. Like I said, I can't tell you exactly the type of tree, but they're here, and I've got to show them to you. I know a lot of people I guess aren't into trees as much as I am, and if you like trees as much as I think I do, then you'll be thrilled to see these trees. That guy, and this is the front of the chapel. And when you come on Subic Bay, the old base, Navy base, it's almost like being back in the States as far as traffic control. And here's the chapel. Look at that. And it was a beautiful mass. This was the Saturday night vigil at 5 p.m. And now look at these trees. Look at these massive trees. Let me give you a better, and the canopy. And I could just guess they've been here. I mean, they gotta be, I don't know, they gotta be 200 years or more than that. Look at the girth. Everybody who eats too much knows about girth. You know you're getting kind of a girth when you sit down on a chair and you bend over to tie your laces or put your socks on, and you're having trouble doing that. You're becoming a big girth. Also, my sister Terry from Long Island told me that the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery, and I forget what we were talking about, where that came up. And the last one I'll show you is over here. The difference between a graveyard and a cemetery, my sister Terry told me, is a graveyard is attached to a church or a chapel or a religious building. and a cemetery is, I guess, is not. I don't know. But I couldn't leave here without taking out my iPhone 12 Max Pro and showing you some very, very large trees. Look at the size of the roots. Look at the root base. That's what they talk about in bonsais all the time, the root base. That's why they trim the roots, so that the root base looks natural. And so that they can put the bonsai back in the same pot. Look at this. Now the sun is getting late in the day, so I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. Some interesting trees over here, or plants. Look at the size of this root base. Wouldn't it be fun to have a piece of property and a home that could accommodate a tree this size? And I think that's it. So I just wanted you to see it. A beautiful chapel from Subic Bay, Philippines. And now with China increasing its muscle in Southeast Asia, I think the American warships will be returning to this location. And I'm just going to back it up now and just show you some more of these massive trees. That's a big tree. I don't know what to tell you. And I'll just back it off a little bit. And here's the church. Wow. This is really big. Here it is. This is pretty interesting. The U.S. Armed Forces decommissioned its naval base in Subic Bay in 1992. The Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority was created to implement and oversee its conversion into a free port. Catholic services continued in the chapel under the supervision of the St. Columban Parish. The Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority was established in 1998. The first chaplain was Father. So that's when they decommissioned, the United States decommissioned the base. But now they want to get back involved because this is a very important, Subic Bay is so important and so valuable because it's a very, very deep bay. And as everybody knows, the deeper the bay, the easier it is to handle warships and large vessels, supply ships, oil tankers, you name it. Let's see when it was. The Sand Road Chapel, as we see now, was built in 1932 to replace the already dilapidated mission church put up by the Spanish missionaries in Olongapo, a settlement just outside the Subic Naval Station. There are two photos of the first church in this montage, reproduced from the collection of Father Martin Moran, the parish priest from 1928 to 1932. It was during this time of his successor, Father Leopoldo Acacia, that the present structure was built in its present location near Tappan Park. During World War II, the Japanese used the Subic Naval Station as a garrison and the chapel as a stable for horses. After the war in 1945, the chapel was reconstructed and revenerated, upgraded under the supervision of Base Chaplain Lieutenant Walter J. Davis. Thank you, Walter. No, not Walter, Water. W-A-T-E-R, Lieutenant Walter J. Davis. With the transfer of the entire Alangapo community to a new site outside the military reservation in 1946, Chapel became the Naval Station Chapel, Subic Bay. Okay, there you have it. So you got some history there. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm glad that was there. Walking backwards so that you can see everything I see. And these giant trees. Okay, I'm gonna close it. Have a good one. I hope everybody had a nice St. Paddy's Day.